What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I personally mix up my own windshield washer fluid for my vehicles. Now, why do I make my own? Well, simply because for me personally, when I find that I just buy a pre-bought jug, which is cheap, right? It's not a price thing. It's like $3 for a gallon size. I still get streaking and I don't like that. I actually hate it and I want a streak-free finish. So here is what I do. All right, so now to get started, we need three things. We need a jug or just a bucket, just anything where you can measure out a gallon. I actually use this little measuring bucket here, measured out a gallon, just so it's easier for you guys to see. But if you have an old milk carton or this is an old bottle of windshield wiper fluid, obviously it's a gallon size, you'll be good to go with that. Now next up, in my opinion, is the most important part of this whole thing, and that is using either distilled water or for me, I have a detail shop, so I have deionized water. Both of those though are going to have their total dissolved solids, all the contaminants and everything in the water that can cause water spots or help create streaking are removed from it during either the distillation process or the deionizing process. But using DI water or distilled water, very, very important. So make sure to pick that up. Otherwise you're still going to get some streaks. Now lastly, I have this stuff here. This is a concentrate, a washer fluid additive. Treats 4 gallons. Basically, they state this is a 16-ounce bottle. They state that you add 4 ounces per gallon of water, so that creates 4 gallons total. But I personally don't use that mixture ratio. But just so you guys can see what it is here, Rain-X Washer Fluid Additive. It says just add water or any windshield washer fluid. So you can't add this to a washer fluid to add some sort of Rain-X type protection to it. But again, we're just talking about using it in distilled water or DI water just for the cleaning ability. It says improves cleaning, repels rain, raindrops beat up and are blown away by the aerodynamic effect of the wind flowing over the windshield, improves visibility, safety, and comfort. So this obviously isn't a full-blown at-home DIY made washer fluid because I do use this stuff. Now there are some videos out there or some blog posts and stuff where people talk about using white vinegar, using a little bit of Dawn dish soap. That's all fine and good. It's just for me, this is my easiest way to do it. And with this bottle, I'm actually able to create 16 gallons. So this one $5 bottle lasts me quite a bit of time. Obviously 16 gallons of this. I'm only using 1 ounce per gallon of water. Now, if you live in a climate that gets really, really cold, this would have to be modified for you. You'd either want to use more product so that there's a higher concentration so that it doesn't freeze, or you can add some other type of additive to it so that it doesn't freeze over. I live in San Diego. I've never had to deal with that kind of cold, so perfectly honest, I don't know. But for your average vehicle where you're not worried about it just freezing over, this works amazingly well. And then also as the protection of Rain-X, giving that hydrophobic property. Now the washer fluid on my Sprinter van is out. I have a little indicator on the dash saying, refill washer fluid. So now with that said, guys, I want to be very clear about something. I don't expect washer fluid to create a perfect finish if my windshield is filthy, right? If I have a bunch of bug splatter and just accumulated dirt and debris from trees that fell on it, I'm not expecting the windshield wiper fluid and wipers to create a perfect finish like I'm detailing the vehicle. It's not the same thing. You would need some sort of agent to cut through, either break down the contamination that's on there or some sort of agitation, manual agitation, like using a wash mitt and going over your windshield. Windshield wiper fluid though is really meant just to help the clarity. With the Rain-X additive, it's meant to add some hydrophobic properties so that you have better visibility in the rain, but it's not meant to completely clean, right? Even if it was a stronger solution, you would have to spray it on and let it dwell for it to actually break down any of the contaminations that's on there in order for a wiper blade to be able to get it off and break down that material. Again, that's not what we're doing here. Clarity, hydrophobic properties, let's get into making this stuff. All right, and so again, this is very, very simple. 1 gallon of either distilled or deionized water, 1 ounce of washer fluid. Now the cool thing about this is, I don't know if this will focus for you guys here, but there's markers all along the side here so you know how much material you're putting in. Now you don't have to be super precise with this. It's being diluted just 1 ounce or right around that into a gallon of water, so it's not a huge deal. But you don't need to overly saturate it with the product. Again, unless you're in like a colder state and you want to add more just so that it's more of a concentrated solution. But here we go, guys. I'm just going to pop the top of this and I'm just going to go ahead and pour in. I'm going to just look at it before I start pouring. Yeah, it's really about 16.9 ounces in this bottle. It's actually a little bit of the 16. So I'm just going to try and reduce it down to where it says to 16. A little bit more. And there we are, guys. That's about 1 ounce of product of this Rain-X product. Now to agitate it and just kind of stir it up, I'm just going to kind of shake the bottle around. Obviously if I had poured it right into this, it would have been easier, but I just wanted to show the kind of mixture. I thought that would be an easier way to see it. I don't know if it is. If it was in here, I would have been able to just shake it up and have no issue. But we'll just kind of stir it up. And then that's all we really need to do, because when we pour it in, that's obviously going to agitate it and get it all blended up as well. So now let's go ahead and head over to the Sprinter van, put this stuff in. Okay guys, so one of the main things to do is pop your hood, find out where your actual reservoir is. Mine for the Sprinter van is over on the driver's side. Big blue cap, that's typical that it's a big blue cap on there. Just find that and we'll be good to go. Now because I have it in this bucket, I'm gonna have to use a little funnel just so I don't spill everywhere. But typically the pour spout for these things is big enough where you don't have to worry about it. So, but here we go. Still gonna spill everywhere. Let's see. Oh, spot on. All right, guys, so we are all good there, all full. And now let's go ahead and go inside and run this wiper fluid through the system. All right guys, and as you'll see when I do this, you'll see it flashes out pretty quickly. So I'm gonna spray it, let it run a little bit, right? And then obviously I'll stop spraying and just turn the wipers on higher. But as you can see guys, the stuff just flashes out very, very quickly. Boom, good to go. Nice clean finish, other than these little drips obviously. But as far as the flash out goes, flashes right out to a nice perfect streak-free finish. All right, so there you have it, a super easy, super efficient way to create your own washer fluid that's not gonna streak. Again, you may need to adjust the dilution ratio for your purposes, but it's really simple, guys. Distilled water or DI water, a little bit of this additive, and you are good to go. Now, I'll link that product down in the description for you guys so you can get that nice and easily. Just order it on Amazon. I actually got this one at Walmart. It's just about $5, maybe slightly over, but it works super, super well. Again, makes it so that it just flashes out really easy and doesn't leave a bunch of water spots and streaks left behind. So that's it, guys. I know it's a super simple video, but since we're getting into the rainy season, I wanted to do something that can help. I know we're gonna be going through a lot more washer fluid during this time of year, so there you go. Anyways, I hope that video helps you. Please make sure to like the video, make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one.